All right, so it looks like we're setting up for a trade here. So I wanted to do this live this time. We've got the classic Sunday night gap down open. We're reclaiming a level here, the 7402. And right now I'm just waiting to see if it can retake that 7402 level before going long. But that's what we're looking to do. It's setting up nice so far. I just don't want to rush. Give it about another minute or so, 30 seconds here above the 7402. We want to make sure that it holds above there. Then we can jump in a couple of points above that. So yeah, this isn't something I intend on doing a lot of, but I thought I would show the setup, that one of my favorite setups. See if it can work live here. Happy Mother's Day, all, by the way, to any of the mothers that might be watching. This Mother's Day 2026, May 10th, 2026. So far, it's not holding above 7402 as much as I'd like. So we're just going to be patient here. Ideally, I want it to flush lower. As you can see, I wanted it to flush at least 91 and come back. This gold bar I've got here is just the low we've set thus far. And it's gold for a reason. We want to hold that low and not go lower than that. As you can see on my chart, the bulls want to defend the 7402 to continue upside. As of right now, it's just in the process of accepting it. It may be. Again, we don't know. I just know one of Adam's rules are if you rush, you lose. And Lord knows I've rushed plenty of times. In the past, I'd already been in there. I mean, when I first discovered this, I would hop in on the first 10 seconds of the open. And as you can see, you'd have gotten in right around up here somewhere. And it's just, you can take your time because even if you miss a trade, there'll be another one. That's the biggest lesson for me personally that I've got to learn. So again, we want to see how it reacts when it gets up near that 7402 level. The Sunday night gap open doesn't always work, but it is an A plus setup for sure. It is something you definitely want to get into your playbook. Thursday night we had a gap down too. I had a good trade on that one. I should have held it overnight. I did not. But Thursday night, this past week was a classic gap down open. I don't usually trade evenings unless it's Sunday night. I usually try to tune in and see what's happening then. And then Thursday, coincidentally, just happened to see that it was a gap down open. So I jumped in on that. It went very well. Right now, I'm trading real light. I got a 50K Express, an XFA from Top Step. You start out with a $2,000 drawdown. But once you get 5 winning days of at least $150, you can go ahead and take out up to half of your account balance. So I got up to $1,500 and then I took out 500, what left me with $1,000. Now, here's the thing: if you haven't built up your buffer past $2,000 when you first take your payout, whatever your payout is at that point, um, it sets your buffer to zero at that point. So, whatever your balance is in the account when you decide to take a buffer, your balance is now zero, your maximum drawdown. So, I decided to do that and give myself just $1,000 drawdown. But then, of course, I went in one day. I think the next day I ended up losing and had a couple of rough days. Haven't had fun the last week or so, but we're hoping to turn that around here. So as you can see, if we'd have jumped into that 7402 too early, we'd be in some heat right now. What we want to do, actually, this would be great. I would love it if this would come down, break 91, go below 91. Ha, please, yeah, just listen to me, market. That's what you always do, right? Okay, this is good. And then retake 91. That's not enough of a flush for me, though, at this point. Let me just drop this down here. Lagging with this. I like to keep track of the Sunday night opening low during the week. It becomes an important pivot point throughout the week many times. And this could be a spicy week. We got CPI, PPI, we got Iran going on. This could be a volatile week, which is good. I mean, that's better for us as day traders. The slow grind up is incredibly difficult, at least for me and my style of trading. It's hard to figure out where to make your entries. My trading style is I try to follow Adam Mancini, do failed breakdowns. So that's what we're looking to see, if that's what's happening tonight. We're just seeing if this is setting up. Didn't really flush 91 as much as I'd like, but it is an ultra bull market. It has been for the last month or 5 weeks. You know, I'm not good at this, obviously. And in terms of the YouTube stuff, I don't know if anyone's chatting or if anybody's even watching. But on some of my videos, I've been doing the Sunday night gap down has been one of my better trades. So I was hoping for an opportunity to live stream during it, just so you could see in real time what the setup is. And we're living it right now. And I do apologize if anyone is watching and chatting, because I've got to learn this stuff a lot better than I do. All right, let's see what we got here. Patience. Patience is the name of the game. I lose more accounts by being impatient than by making bad trades, because I jump in too early. Inevitably, I fail the account or DLL the day just before the move comes because I'm just impatient. That's one of my biggest issues. And I'm charting on MES, not ES. They're 99.9% of the time they run in tandem, but sometimes they may be a tick or two off in terms of lows and highs, especially when volatile flushes come through. MES might not have the liquidity that ES has, so it could either go farther down or farther up. 91 might have been the one, but I just didn't like. I didn't like. I was hoping for a deeper flush than that, but in this bull market, that might have been all we get right there. So it's going to be interesting if that low holds when we come back up to 74.02, see how it handles up there. I do apologize if people out there are watching me live. I don't know if you're trying to chat with me or not. I'll get better at this. May not be tonight, though. My gut's telling me 91 was the place, but we'll see. I mean, Globex hours obviously do not move like the New York Open, but what we're looking for, I mean, this is the kind of trade that once it becomes profitable, I set a stop and then I will let it run overnight, and I'll just make sure I'm out at somewhat of a profit. There we go. I'll be right back. I do apologize. I'll be right back. All right, we're still not above that 7402. I thank you if you're watching, and I do apologize. I am having a hard time understanding this software. But at any rate, I wanted to do this live stream because I've done a couple of videos about this setup, and I know no one likes hindsight trading. So I thought I would do this so we could just all look at it together. Okay. All right, I'm seeing some things now. All right, thank you guys. 7402 is a level that, in again, I follow Adam Mancini. He trades ES. He's incredibly, unbelievably accurate with his levels and his charting, and he does failed breakdowns. So 7402 was a resistance shelf Friday morning, and then it broke out before we broke out. So as you can see there, it tapped, fell back, tried it again, fell back, tried it again, fell back, and then it thrust through it, fell back. So we've been playing around with it for a little while. So that's why it's an important level to reclaim now that it's failed. It's good to see that 91 held, and aggressive traders, that have been a great entry there. Yeah, no Lambos here, pal. If if this works out, it'll be an RV. It'll be a camper. Take mama and the grandkids. I'm using the Top Stack X platform. Uh, there's some things about Top Step I don't like, but for the most part, I like their platform. It's very user friendly, easy to navigate, easier than OBS Studio. So again, I'm just waiting to see if 7402 reclaims. And then I want to see it hold above there for at least 2 minutes. And then we may jump in there. Sometimes you have to wait until Asia opens at 8 o'clock Eastern. Even then, it's Sunday nights are slow. It's just that this setup is classic in terms of the Sunday night gap down. It does more times than not. It's going to run overnight higher. We just want to make sure this low now holds. So this gold line, that was the so far it's the session low. And I do like to keep track of that during the week because sometimes that'll fail and come back, and that's another time to enter. So it may happen again, Tuesday, Wednesday, who knows? But that's an important level to watch this week. And I would strongly encourage anyone to check out Adam Mancini. I have no affiliation with him whatsoever. He does a daily newsletter through Substack. You can follow him on X or Twitter. His handle is Adam Mancini 4, and there are a lot of imposters. Let me pull him down. I'll put him in the screen for right now because we're kind of at a standstill here. This guy is the master, but make sure you get the handle right because there are, I don't know how many imitators, but this guy tracks levels in ES like no one I've ever seen. His daily newsletter comes out every weekday, a whopping $23 a month for a subscription on Substack. So yeah, you just want to go here, manciniTrading.com. Again, I've got no affiliation whatsoever. He's someone that I found back when I was day trading SPY options. Somebody mentioned him, and I had no clue who he was. So, I mean, you can use his levels for SPX, for SPY, any of that, but his levels are ES levels. And he publishes a trade plan every day. You can follow, but then you figure out you need more than the trade plan. You need the emotional control and how to hold trades, and that's what I'm working on. Oh, what did I do? I don't know if I'm still on or not. Anybody that's listening that's hung in with me this far, man, I just love you, man. I'm sorry. This has got to be more fun than Seinfeld reruns. We're going to let you look at the screen so you don't have to see my ugly mug. I got to figure this out. Now I can't see the chat. That's funny. There we go. So yeah, this setup, I'm not sure how good this is going to work out tonight or not, but so far we haven't gotten a signal that I would trade on or that I should trade on. Lord knows I would have jumped in 3 seconds after 6 and been underwater this whole time. All right. So I'm just curious, is the audio and video coming through okay? Awesome. Thank you for that. Appreciate it. Okay, so now we're going to see if this low holds. I don't know. I mean, a risky trade would be entering here and just putting your stop about 2 points below that low, that's 73.90.50. But I don't have enough bullets in my gun to be doing that. Ah, all right. Yes, about the 5 minutes. I just used to do the 1 minute, and I've got somebody trying to get me to do 15 minutes, but right now I'm sticking to the 5, and I do like it. Now I'll tell you on another screen. I'll show you some of my screens if I can get that figured out. Um, I have think or swim over there. And what I'm tracking over there, that is a 1 minute on ES, 1 minute on the Dow futures. This is a 4 hour chart on ES. I like to look at VIX. That's a 1 minute. Just like to see the trend that moves inverse to ES. This is the Russell futures 1 minute and the NQ 1 minute. So I do look at those also in addition to ES, but this I have on 5 minutes, and then what I'm waiting for is it to break a level and hold it for 2 minutes. Ideally, that's what I'm supposed to do. Yeah, this is Sunday night open trading. It's not that exciting, but if and when we get the signal, it's very reliable. Okay, so it looks like we're going to test that 7402 again. We'll see how that goes. Honestly, right in here may have been the time. I mean, at this point, you could enter. Just put your stop below there. Trust me, I'm tempted, but I'm streaming live, number one. And number two, I'm supposed to be disciplined, so I'm trying to obey my rules. Not my rules, but just the rules I've learned from successful traders. And thank you all for tuning in. I'm sure I'm not the most entertaining thing, but I appreciate it. Honestly, tonight was not about entertaining. I just every time I make a video and I tell my trades in hindsight, I'm like, it's much more respectable to do it in real time. And so that's what I'm trying to do. I don't in any way fancy myself as anyone other than who I am. I am not. Not looking to grow a huge audience here, just looking to actually, this is more for my trading and my benefit to hold myself accountable. Yeah, I guess I got to give the disclaimer. This is not financial advice. It's purely education and entertainment. Yeah, no, I know. I don't even have my non copyright music going. So we'll get better. Progress, not perfection. Okay, here we go. Now we want to see it hold above there for 1, 2, 3 minutes before we enter. It's interesting. Also, 7402 was approximately the Friday 15-minute orb uh, high. Just noticed that as well. Yeah, it's there. I want to see if it holds it this time for about 2 minutes or so. And again, this isn't going to be a fast trade. This is probably going to be one I set and forget. And then hopefully in the morning we're good. I'm I have not made a trade yet. My price target, I anticipate I'm gonna go in with 3 MES, sell 2 at 10 points, hold one for a runner. Obviously, I'd like to do it better size, but right I don't know how long you've been following, but right now I only got $600 in my XFA, and I have a $250 daily loss limit. So each trade, I don't want to risk more than approximately $150. This one's going to be probably a little more. The reason I'm going to go 3 instead of 2 is because I've had good success with these. So it has been there for 2.5 minutes. I'm just not liking the action yet. All right. I'm going to go ahead and take 3.
Order filled.
Going to get our stop below the low that we set earlier. We're going to see how this works. And like I say, we may not get the kick until Asia Open. Would not surprise me at all. And those targets, this I just set for a $500 profit. That is meaningless for this trade. Got to go refresh my water. We'll be right back. All right, I'm back. Like you say, we're about an hour away from Asia Open, so that's usually when things pick up a little bit. This could be a slow hour. We'll see. or not. Okay. And this is a mistake I've made countless times. I get excited on the very first minute of an open, although these are 5 minute candles. We'll go to 1 minute for this. And my computer's lagging bad, but it opened down, up, and then it came back down. And I would have bought 10 seconds in, probably up here, been stopped out, and then the move happens. And another thing, I'm learning as we do this, not all the time, but you get that second thrust down. Here we thought that was the low. I did. Then we got another one to undercut that one. But because it tagged that level, that was good. I just wish it had gone a couple points below that. But that's why I've got to learn patience. And hopefully our entry here tonight worked out good. We'll see. Time will tell. Yeah, I got to build my account back up to a respectable balance so I can go with more contracts. But for now, we're sticking with this, trying to do the base hit plan. Excuse me. I use Tradeovate. Excuse me. Charting software. I use Thinkorswim, and I do use TradingView. Um, I've never traded off of TradingView, but I do use that one. But and then in addition to Top Step, I've done Tradeify. Excuse me, and I've done a couple other platforms. But any of you that's followed my videos, I ended up blowing those Tradeify accounts. It's ironic. So for right now, I'm just sticking with one platform and one account. I'm going to get this back on track. I don't know. The Tradeify account was, I passed it, got whatever they call it, a funded account, select funded, and then every time I touched it, I mishandled it. It was horrible. So I do like Top Step. They've changed their rules around a little bit. It seems they do that every couple of months or so, but for the most part, it's real. It's clean platform. They fixed the bugs for the most part. All right, so I got it 7402. Okay. Now we're approaching that opening top top of the gap down. And you can see looking to the left, there was resistance here, support. I mean, not rigid, but you can see it's tested this area several times from the bottom and from the top. So we want to get up through here. We still got about 50 minutes for Asia open. Okay, regarding Adam Mancini, and I'm going to show you his X account. He's got a lot of fakes, but this is where you want to go to learn more about him. Mancini-trading.com. That's where you can subscribe to his newsletter. It's a whopping $23 a month, and it is packed with just incredible knowledge. His way of charting and his levels are, I've never seen anybody as accurate as him. And I was doing SPY options a few years back, and somebody turned me on to him to track his levels for SPY options. Which you could use them. You could use his levels for SPY, SPX, but he tracks futures. ES futures is what he does. But that's his Twitter handle. You can just follow his posts. Honestly, for a lot of his levels, he does this for free. And his newsletter is $23. And he goes into a lot of depth in his newsletter. He has a trade plan every day that he publishes. And I've just found him to be, he's not trying to sell you the next thing, the next thing, the next thing. This is it. This is his big thing, $23 a month. He doesn't do YouTube. I don't know that he does any other socials other than Twitter. I've just found him to be incredibly accurate. I've done NASDAQ. I've, played around with that, played around with gold, but I just enjoy ES better. And I would highly recommend him for anybody looking to play ES futures, SPY, or SPX. If nothing else, follow him on Twitter. And again, I've got no affiliation with him whatsoever. Don't know the man. I know he lives in Canada. That's all I know. But he's one of the few out there who's genuine, and he's not out to sell you the next great thing. Absolutely. And again, we see how this area is a little bit of resistance. This is where we popped to when we opened. And of course, we gapped down from Friday's open. And if we look to the left, we can see there it held, it held, it held, was resistance. So we want to clear there. Or honestly, if you had more contracts, what you would have done is you would have sold like the majority there, and then now just ride runners. Because that would be considered the first level up. Yeah, we may be sitting here for a little while. We've still got about 45 minutes before before Asia opens. So I'll keep this stream open, but I understand if so just FYI, this up there is not necessarily our target in any way, shape, or form. It's just I set up brackets for 150 stop loss and a $500 profit, um, and then I adjust them as needed. Try not to fall asleep on you guys. Appreciate you hanging out. I know I'm not the most exciting one to watch on a Sunday night, but I just did want to go live when I saw the setup happening because it just adds some more credibility as opposed to being a hindsight trader, which, on all my other videos, I unfortunately had to do it after I did the trade because for a couple of reasons. One of which being, as you can tell, I'm not too well versed with this streaming to begin with, but we're going to get this, and so yeah, this is the Sunday night gap down open. Doesn't happen every Sunday night and doesn't always work, but when it does, it's got a very high probability of being a profitable trade. Normally, I'd go heavier, but my balance is very low in the XFA, and my daily loss limit is very low, so I can only handle so much risk. So at this point, we're wanting to do some base hits, get that balance built back up again. Then we can go in a little heavier. For this would be an A+ setup, to be honest with you. This would be the one to go heavy on, but there'll be another one. There'll be another Sunday night. And again, I don't know how long some of you have been, but last Thursday night was a great one too. I don't always trade in the evenings. I rarely trade in the evenings, but I always like to look at Sunday's open for sure. And then I usually have my tablet or something if I'm on the couch, and I'll just check to see. And Thursday night was a beautiful gap down after the Thursday afternoon sell-off. It gapped down at the open and then it reversed. So I got a good trade out of that. And thanks for sticking around. I appreciate it. So we're seeing how we're struggling there right around that 74.10, 74.08 level. I still fully expect it to break there, but break to the upside. But you can see how it's just tapping it, backing off, tapping, backing off. Eventually we'll run out of sellers there and it'll trend back up. Hopefully. I don't necessarily have a target price for this, and this was just a preset profit target when I enter an order. It's got brackets on it for a stop loss and a profit target. What I will most likely do, I only have 3 MES on, so I'll probably hold it where I can sell 2 at around probably 74.18, 74.19. That'll lock in a minimum $150 profit day at Top Step. And you want to, when you have an XFA, you want at least 5 of those so you can get a payout. What I'll do is I'll sell 2 there and I'll let 1 run overnight. I'll move my stop at that point to break even. So it'll be a risk-free trade. That's assuming this all works out. We may still end up losing $191. We'll see. I don't believe so. I believe we're going to get up there, but we'll see. So yeah, I'm looking probably to take 2 off at around 74.18 to 74.20, somewhere in there. And then we'll ride the runner the rest of the night. If you go back, since we've got nothing but time, Thursday. You can see how Thursday afternoon we sold off pretty much all day. And then, where is that? And I apologize, my computer is so incredibly slow right now. Come on, come back. All right, so then, and these are 5-minute candles, but we had the gap down open Thursday night, and it just went and it ran the rest of the night. It never revisited its bottom. Like it's tonight, it revisited and broke the bottom once. But this one, and again, you got to look at it in the context. In that context, market had sold off during Thursday. So when we gapped down and retook this level, um, that was the go. And I did have a good trade that night, but I ended up selling everything out. And then I woke up the next morning and we were like way up, way up. And so tonight, what the intention is sell two when I'm guaranteed to have at least 150 in profit. And then I'm going to let one ride. And I'll move my stop to break even at that time. So it'll be a totally risk free trade. And I will have make sure to have locked in at least $150 profit day because the top step, you want to have 5 of those to get a payout in your XFA. So yeah, what I'll probably do is I'll end up probably deleting that. Actually, I can delete it right now so as not to confuse folks. Um, I'm going to try and show something else. Now, I want to show last Sunday night, just as an example. They don't always work out like this. This was a week ago, Friday, sold off late in the day. And then Sunday night, we actually had a gap up open. And within the first 5 minutes, that was the highest we got. And it ended up selling off from there. So these don't always play. It's we're looking for the gap down. The gap up is a different animal there. That really would have hurt you last week if you would have bought if you would have gone long because it ended up selling off all Sunday night viciously. It's a lot of volume for Sunday night on that candle. Yeah, please not. Not when I'm long. 30 minutes. Glow. Asia open. Okay, let's see how we defend O2 here. Level two data, I've had it before. It just is kind of moves a little fast for my old eyes. So I know some people like to look at order book, TPO, and all that. I'm more of the less is more mentality. Yeah, Bookmap. Before TD Ameritrade was bought by Schwab, with their platform, you actually had basic Bookmap in there, and it had ES, and it was free. And then Schwab bought them, and now they offer you Bookmap, but not with ES. Usually they have a random stock or something in there that they'll let you use just to try it out. Um, but again, Bookmap, yeah, Bookmap is good. Yeah, right now it's Tesla or Palantir Technologies if you wanted to use Bookmap with Thinkorswim. I'm going to turn on the fan here. Yeah, Rotstone. I agree. I mean, it's sticking to the rules is the whole game, and It's it's sad. I mean, I know we get caught up. I don't know about you. I jump in too early. I hold on too long. Um, yeah, sticking to the plan is the key. That's the whole game. You're not alone. What do we got? All right, about 15 minutes to Globex, or to, not Globex, Asia Open. Let's see if we can get above that 74.12 area or not. Yeah, Rod Stone, we share a lot in common, but yeah, it's progress, not perfection. Um, we got to look at how far we've come, not how far we've got to go. Just try to get a little bit better each day, each time. And I mean, I'll be honest with you, last week I did not have a good week. I took a couple trades I shouldn't have. And of course, they don't work out. I ended up blowing my Tradeify accounts. So for now, I'm just going to stick to one account and see what how we can do. Now we're starting to get a little resistance here too, which is interesting. Don't know if we gotta make it above that now too. 74.02 is holding thus far. Got about another 13 minutes for Asia to open. That'll bring some pep into the market generally. We'll see how we do. I will be right back. I've got to take a quick break. Thank you all. All righty, we're back. It's going to be interesting. Got about 9 minutes, 8 minutes. Hopefully, it doesn't flush the low and then turn around. We'll see. We'll see how this plays out. We didn't break that opening high yet. And now we're building up some shelf here. Don't like how that's rejecting, but it is what it is. Okay. 5 minutes to Asia Open. Hmm. Okay. All right, let's see what's going to happen here. Oh, we got another minute still. All right. Okay. We're getting there. Almost 8 o'clock. We'll see what happens here at the Asia Open. Get above that little area there. That's turned into resistance. Come on. Mm. Yeah, we want to clear this shelf. And then we got another shelf to clear. Hmm. It's having trouble here. If it can clear this, we can get another few points. Okay, passed the first test. Hmm. Let's see if we reject or if we push through here. Yeah, if I'd gone heavier, this would be where I'd get rid of some because we're just not getting above there. And I'd at least have locked in a profitable trade. But right now, since I can only do three at this point, I'd have to sell two and keep one, and I'm not ready for that yet. I'm going to bring my stop up to break even. Um, I don't think we should test 4202 again, but we might. And I can re enter. But with such a small balance in my account, I want to be careful. I'd rather live to trade for another day. I mean, it's accepting up here. It hasn't rejected. It's just not getting through. I like that it's consolidating up here. It just hasn't got enough oomph to get through there. Hmm. It's not doing anything wrong. It's not doing anything. But I don't like how it's stalled here. Yeah, we didn't have a huge gap down open. I mean, it was only around 30 points. So I guess it's all relative. So we can get a session high here. Come on. Poked above it, one tick. Okay. Slowly edging up there. Hmm. So that's where I was going to sell two if we get there while the stream's going. But the plan is we'll sell two if it hits that target, and we'll keep one risk-free runner and see how we fare tomorrow. Oh, Aussie. I am in Central Florida. I'm in Eastern Time Zone. I'm not a 20 something for sure. The wrong channel. I got a little bit of mileage on me. Time we got 8:30. I'll probably go until 9 or until we hit the target, whichever comes first. We'll see how this goes. I don't know that it's going to hit it tonight though before then, but we'll see. I will be right back, folks. Just 1 second. Got to freshen up my water. All right. Haven't missed much. Doesn't look like. That's Sunday night for you. Not for me. We'll figure that out someday offline. We'll figure. Yeah, this is behaving the way it's supposed to, so we're looking good. It's just it just takes time to play out. This is not New York hours. Yeah, Aussie Jet Shock. Yeah, I would have preferred to gone in heavier so that I could sell some here and lock in. Top Step has a 150-day profit minimum. You got to have 5 winning days of at least $150 profit before you can do a payout. So yeah, this would be the place to take a partial, but that's why I got my partial up here. It's a little high, but I'm hoping we hit it. Um, and that way I'll have locked in at least the $150 minimum for Top Step, and then we'll let run one run. But yeah, three is a good number. You don't get, you don't have to put too much risk on. And if it runs, it'll actually rack up the numbers pretty quick. I prefer to use 5 or 10, sometimes even 15 if the setup's right. But right now my balance is so low that my risk parameters are way tight, almost excruciatingly tight. But I got to do some base hits to get to what I need to do. Get my balance up. I not sure how much of my story you know, but got a combine. I passed it. Got an XFA, and I've had multiple XFAs before. I get in profit, get the 5 days profit target, and then I don't take a payout because I want the balance to grow, and I end up blowing the account through a lack of control of emotions. And so this round, what I've done was I was eligible for a payout, although my balance was only $1,500 at that time. So I took 500 out to at least say, hey, I got a payout. And now I got I had at that time $1,000 left. And then, of course, as soon as I took a payout, I had like 2 bad trading days in a row. Actually, the balance got to, I think it was like 411 at a low. And I'm slowly building it back up. So that's what I'm trying to do, base hits here. Oh, good for you, man. 550K XFAs. That is awesome, man. Yeah, I want to stack accounts, but I want to get to where I'm taking consistent payouts first. And the next payout I take, I am going to get another account. I had some Tradeify accounts. I ended up blowing those. And I'm like, all right, just stop. Just focus on this. And then if I get another payout, I'm going to buy another account and so on and so forth. So that would be the game. But man, my hat's off to you. If you got 550K XFAs, yeah, that's the plan. That's the plan. You got the plan, man. Let's go to your stream. But yeah, that's awesome, man. Good for you. That is how you leverage these things. I got to build my confidence up more to do that. I did. I tried it once. I think I had 3 XFAs at one time tied up together, and then I ended up blowing them all at once. And it gets old. But no, my hat's off to you, man. If you got five XFAs, that's awesome. No, that's awesome. And that it's funny to say those numbers. That 3,000 was the number I had always wanted to. I would get to 2,000, then I'd blow the account because I'm not good at risk management. That's one of my areas I've got to improve at. I'll let a bad trade blow up my account if I'm not careful, rather than taking a loss. So, but yeah, just definitely. I mean, I don't know. I heard somebody say one time, if you get to where you can take a payout, just take it no matter what, because that way you've at least. I mean, let's face it, you put in what, $100 for an XFA, or depending how you do it, it's either 100 or 200. Whether whether you do the activation fee or the non-activation fee plan. I mean, if you pull 500 out of there off a 100 investment, that's a 5-to-1 return. You can't beat that. And I haven't tried out Apex yet. I do want to try them out now that they don't have that trailing drawdown. They had a really bad reputation last year, and I've only been trading futures for about 2.5 years. I started January of, what would it be, 24. I had tried day trading options before that, and I did okay, but the Greeks, the theta, just burned me, and it just got old. Um, so I got turned on to futures because of the pure price action. And but then when I got in, I came in with Top Step. I really enjoy them. And I just had heard so many bad things about Apex, but it looks like they're turning their ship around. So I may give them a spin. Yeah, I mean, it's not even real trading, a trailing drawdown. I mean, that's not anything the market has. So why would you set up rules for that other than to take people's money? So yeah, I don't like trailing drawdown at all. Let's make the rules what the real market is. Like that should be the rules. I don't even necessarily like consistency rules, but I do appreciate them. I appreciate the reason for them, but that's not how the real market works. So why should you set up rules that way? Which is another reason to do this until you're good enough and then go a cash account. But I'm not there yet. I started out with cash, and after I burned through mid five figures, I'm like, okay, we got to figure something else out. Yeah, Apex, it is cheap, but then they have an activation fee, right? So doesn't that make it about the same as like a Top Step account once you pay the activation fee? All right, getting a little rejection there. Let's see if this level now becomes support. Oh, so you're doing great, man. Congratulations to you. That you got the plan down. That is the goal. At this point, I just want to become consistently profitable first before I try too much. Because it's just a waste of money for me. I mean, that's all at this point. So, and this is another reason to go in with more contracts because we would have lightened up at a higher price. This may turn into nothing. Yeah, that ain't looking good. Oh, you've not taken a payout. Oh, take a payout, man. You got to. That was my mistake. I would get it up to about $2,000, 5 winning days, and then I'd blow it. Darn it. This trade's going to go for naught.
Order filled.
There we go. All right. Well, that would be a reason to start with more contracts and scale out. But okay, somebody must have done something there. Let's see if this sets up again, but right now I'm not too enthusiastic about this. Well, that's an inauspicious end to the stream, but for anybody that stuck around, I hope you at least saw the potential of the Sunday night gap down. If you'd, it could easily have scaled out by now. That's on me. Now, that original low is still holding as of right now. I don't know if this is a news release, a Trump a tweet, or whatever. I have no idea what's causing this candle. That is a bummer. But that's the market. It may set up again. That original low is holding. You too, Aussie Jet Jock. Appreciate it. I'm just wanting to see if that prior low holds. Hey, congratulations. I'm glad you did, Paul. Good for you, man. Yeah, I should have got out of two at the top of that range, but oh well, live to fight another day. Be interesting to see if 7402 is resistance now or if it can get above that. The lag on this thing is horrible.
Order filled.
Oh, thank you, Paul. I don't know if you're still watching or not. Thank you. Appreciate that. All right, folks, I'm going to wrap this up for tonight. I appreciate all of you listening. Um, I hope you learned some. I hope you made some money. But at least, like I say, I wanted to do what a Sunday night gap down open looked like in real life. So thank you for listening. God bless you. Let's have a good week.